internet, Shermie here, and welcome to the Stack Legends of Runeterra edition. Today I'm here with the Mogwai himself, content creator and caster, Mogwai. How are you doing from, the room next door?
That is your intro? I had no idea. I wonder who you got it from.
It's special for this episode.
Oh, okay. Well, I like it. I think it sounds nice. It's very inspired.
So we're here to play a game called The Stack. I'm pretty sure you actually watched some videos before, but I'm going to explain the rules. I'm going to present you with a few Legends of Runeterra statements, and you're going to decide if these statements are going to resolve, meaning that you agree with them, or if they're going to fizzle, meaning like, nah, you do not agree with them.
Expect 100% accuracy. Let's do this.
All right. Actually, like Majin Bay got like a few of them wrong, So let's see how you did.
Yeah, he said Yasuo was still gonna suck, right?
I know, right? And Yasuo became meta, so there you go.
Oh, Majin Bay. I thought highly of you.
Kai'Sa's champion spell or supercharge and or second skin will become slow.
Ooh, that's actually a good one.
I wrote it myself.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, not bad. We all know that there's gonna be a nerf happening, and it's more than likely, like 99%, going to be targeting the spell. Like the spell is a problematic thing, right? Like we have stuff like Victor with the slow speed, high score upgrade, and then all of a sudden Kai'Sa gets one that does it at focus speed. It doesn't give you any chance to counterplay.
And it works on only the Victor on the board, right?
Yeah, it hits everything. Like there's just nothing bad about it except that it's not burst, which I like. Obviously, it does allow for some counterplay, but it's definitely nowhere near balanced. I did advocate for it to go down to slow. I think some people really do not like the fact that it buffs Kai'Sa's everywhere, but I think we could be looking at a significant buff to this, or at the very least just to change the speed. So I'm gonna say, what I have to say, yes, or like
a resolve or fizzle.
It resolves. It hits. Ezreal levels up.
It makes sense for sure. I mean, we're just like, we know that a nerf is happening, right? We're just waiting to see what it is.
Kai'Sa's fine.
Super fine. All right, so this one is very personal for me, so be careful with how you answer this. Escape the Abomination. Abomination will get the buff it deserves.
No, definitely. Yeah, it needs to be. Okay, so my heart believes in it. My brain, I'm not so sure, because they've had their chance for several months now. It's not like a one-time thing. I think like the last 4 balance patches, they should have I don't know if it's like a buff, it's a revert really, right? They should have reverted this thing. Like I understand the 4/4 was too much, but it was completely, especially now with the power creep where it is, it's completely fine as a 4/3 for crying out loud. Like it's not gonna break the game by any stretch of the imagination, but having this thing die to like a Legion Saboteur or any 1-drop in the planet, it is absolutely depressing. So
it's sad.
I'm gonna go with my heart on this one. I'm not super optimistic about this, but I believe it needs to be done. So yes, I'm gonna go with the not fizzle one.
Yes, the result.
Unfizzled forever.
Good. All right, let's hope, because we're on the same team here. I think it's like, I mean, come on, they already buffed Azir Irelia. Like from all the decks, they buffed Azir Irelia. Trifarian Assessor saw buff. Like, oh my god,
it's kind of ridiculous. Like people still defend the thing being a 4/2. I'm like, come on, you have to kill it first to get the actual body. And again, you're getting a 4/2. Like that doesn't do like it's. Nah, it's just not a payoff.
So you're not sleeping on the couch tonight, for now.
Well, I mean, it's still like the second or the third one, right? So
the winding light.
Don't ask me about card pronunciations. My track record. I would say with my expertise, winding light.
Okay, the winding light will get nerfed. The Targon card, guys.
Unfizzled again. It resolves, right? Yeah, it resolves. It definitely resolves. I actually go on a little bit of a tangent in like yesterday's video about this card. I think I don't know if you agree with this, but don't you feel like the card is a little bit out of place? Like, what the hell is that card doing in Targon? Like,
I don't know.
That's not what Targon does. Like, Targon had the invoke late game, and there's a lot of buffs going on in Targon, but buffing your entire swarm, like buffing the entire board at once and giving it overwhelm.
I think they're trying to push
that is
Nightfall.
insane. Yeah,
right?
but that is absolutely insane compared to like every other card in the pool in Targon. The card just does not feel like it belongs in the region, and I think it's it's a bit of a crazy design. Like I do think Winding Light does a little bit of damage in regards to region identity, in my opinion. I don't think it and it's definitely way too strong. Like the decks that have like serves out of it. Like I remember when I was running into the PNZ deck at first, I was like, I was like, what the hell is this? Like, why is this a thing? And then I realized, Winding Light, of course. Like, yes, please, nerf this Abomination.
We do have like the Scourge though, right? Which kind of does the same thing, but it's a 10 drop.
But it's like a late game. Like, I mean, I understand. Like, it's not like it's it is a Nightfall, and technically the Scourge does the same thing. I guess just my issue,
right? That you have to invoke.
Yeah, I guess my issue with it more than anything is just how fast it is. And that's something like the Scourge is just like, it's like this crazy payoff that you get by paying 10 mana, right? But I still feel like Targon should not be able to, it just feels like, like other regions like Demacia or Bandle City, who are, good regions at just boosting your entire board at once, right? Like it just feels like it's a Demacia card that made it to Targon for some reason. That's how I see it.
The next expansion will be a big one. We're getting more than 3 champions next expansion.
Nice. My heart. Oh, my heart. Oh, why? I forgot I was in like this thing. I thought you were just like actually like you got intel or something. It's legit.
Oh, yeah. I have intel that you don't.
Yeah, I went from extremely excited to very sad in like half a
sorry.
second. Yeah. Maybe you're sleeping on the couch. Like that's a fizzle if I've ever seen one. I think from this point onward, what we can expect is the standard like 3 champion sort of like mini expansion package. That's how they want to approach. Like they've never really moved away from that. Like if you think about it, when they announced this like new format of it was essentially them saying we're introducing no new regions and we're not going to tie ourselves to like a specific card quantity, for each expansion. Now I don't want to be like Mr. Negative here. There's actually like a Marvel character called that, by the way. I don't want to be that guy, but I think I gotta be the voice of reason here and just gotta look at things how they are. If you say as a company we're no longer gonna have a specific limit of, cards that we print with each expansion, that's not generally going to lead to a situation in which we're getting more than we expect, right? It is essentially a green light, an open door for them to not have to pressure themselves into releasing as many cards as they have done in the past. So I am expecting a consistent, but relatively, tame releases, card batches being released every few months, which as long as they keep them flowing, it's fine. I kind of miss the days in which we got a Rising Tides expansion and we got all this new shit to play with and it just felt amazing, right? But I think for longevity and we take into account the size of the team itself as well, as long as it's sustainable in the long run, then I'm all good for it, right? But we can't really get our hopes up and expect like, another Rising Tides to come because that would really surprise me. So that fizzles.
They will release dual region champions outside of Bandle City. So for example, like Shadow Owls, Noxus.
Yeah, no, that's actually a really good one because I think the only way that happens is if they scrap the whole Runeterra champion concept. Again, gotta be accused of being Mr. Negative here. But I don't think I don't think Runeterra champion as a design concept has been a success so far. I'm not saying it's a failure forever, but so far the 3 champions and what we have gotten has not been good for the game, in my opinion. It hasn't really made deck building any more interesting, and in fact, it has been quite oppressive when it comes to Bard. Like playing any sort of Allegiance deck without Bard just feels. I'm sorry, I can't jump on the Bard Shenbo. I can't. I cannot.
It's so
I wish.
That Shen is back with Bard, and that makes me sad.
It's depressing. Like I know, I'm not saying Shen should always be with Demacia, but I like Shen mixing with other regions. Not just Mr. Hero, have a chime on turn 1 because you deserve it, guy. Like I just don't. I'm not for that. Well, they got a lot of backlash for limiting the dual region concept to Bandle City, but as of right now, there's no incentive for us to believe that they're gonna do anything differently with that concept. So I'm gonna have to go with my second fizzle of the day.
Okay, Saji.
Yeah.
Okay, Vex will be the next Yordle introduced to the game.
I can see that. I mean, she was like, from what I've seen in TFT, she's really popular as a character, right? Like,
I love her lines.
She's really cool. Like, no, she vibes with me completely. That kind of like, I don't care. I'm too cool.
So emo.
Yeah, very emo. Definitely reminds me of my teenage years. So if I was a Yordle, I'd probably be a Vex. So at least when I was younger. So yeah, I definitely, and then I would turn into like a Ziggs or something. But yeah, I like her. I like her a lot. I think there's a lot of cool things you can do with her. And I'm gonna say, I'm gonna believe. I'm gonna jump on the Vex boat and I'm gonna unfizzle that statement.
Okay, she would be a Yordle that I would play with, for sure. Spain will make it to the top 3 in Worlds.
Spain will make the top 3 in Worlds. I mean, we got some strong players. I think like really high level material that could take away the title. I would believe in players like Cosimo. I think have proven themselves over time. But there's also people like Sergito Vamos and who's like there's quite a few. And then there's like I call them the Lord Dads, because they're from an older generation, card game veterans, and they're also really solid, like Paina. So I think it's definitely, and who would I be? Like, how can I fizzle that statement? Like, that's just, I believe it will resolve. And
Viva España.
It will, Viva España and Demacia.
And Demacia.
Patriotism.
And the next statement is actually about Demacia. Demacia will continue to get nerfed for other regions' sins.
Okay, this is the one that I know you've written, because this is a completely reasonable nerf happens. Oh, this is dark. This is Sharima's fault. Yeah.
You still think the Bright Steel Protector was a reasonable nerf?
100%, yes.
For 2-1.
Okay, honestly, it's a really powerful effect, and the barrier synergy in the game is only expanding. I think it was a long time coming. I think the card being a 3/2 for what it did, like the card essentially comes in and says, "Oh, a 1 unit on the board. Yeah, you're not taking any damage this turn," and pairing it with challengers are a part of its own region. By the way, like, you don't have to go outwards to get them. You already belong to the region with essentially the best challengers. It's just like a very powerful upon entry effect for a 3/2 vanilla stat line that already is the premier stat line for a true drop nowadays, because it can trade into fearsomes, right? Either that or 2/3. So yeah, honestly, I think she deserved it. I think she had it coming, Gabby. I'm sorry. Like, she was a troublemaker, and actions have consequences.
Living on the couch.
I made it far though. Like, I gotta get an applause from the audience here. I made it to the very last question. So, I think the nerfs are gonna continue to come. I think there's still cards that need to be looked at. I still think Golden Aegis does a lot for 4 mana, even if it is at a slow speed.
I can agree.
Yeah, so I do expect Demacia will take more hits for sure.
No.
Not a bunch of them, but they will, and it'll end up happening. So it's going to resolve.
You know what? I'll take it. I'll be the bigger person here, and
so
accept it.
I can sleep in my own room.
Yes, okay, cool. You can sleep.
Great.
All right, Mogwai, thank you so much for playing the stack. I hope you had a good time. I had a lot of fun. So let the people know where they can get more of your content and what you have going on.
Well, what I got going on is, just daily Legends of Runeterra videos. We'll be playing, the top tier decks again and again, of just showcasing, just absolute brilliance, and, totally not decks that are just intended for fun. And and I'm at Mega Mogwai. I think my channel is that Mega. It's at Mega Mogwai. Yeah, Mega Mogwai on YouTube. And yeah, I upload daily, except some days I don't because things happen, but I still say that I upload daily nonetheless. So yeah, thank you so much for having me. It was a good time, and thank you for not punishing me and all that. Appreciate it.
Yeah. All right, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time on the stack, and don't forget, you aren't losing if you're learning. Bye.
Oh my God.